Do you ever wish you had a personal hype girl? Someone to pump you up when you're feeling down or high five you when things go right? Well, guess what? I'm your girl, that's me, and that's what Talks with Your Trainer is all about. So stand up, chin high, get your party pump on, and let's get after it. Five, six, seven, eight. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Talks with Your Trainer. I'm your host, Meghan Trainor. How's everybody doing today? Good afternoon, good evening, good night. I hope you've been doing very well since the last time we spoke. I've been doing pretty well myself, but if you don't follow my BodyByTrainor page, this might be new information for you. If I sound a little hoarse or like I just smoked a pack of cigarettes or if I had 17 bottles of Merlot, it is because I have nodes. Yes, I do. I have nodes. It reminds me of the episode in Pitch Perfect when she says she has nodes and it's like, no. See, I can't even do that. So since December, when I turned 40, I have been on the go. The birthday month was real. I was celebrating holidays, my birthday, for literally like a month. And I started to notice that my throat was raspy and I couldn't clear it. And it just sounded like I was getting a cold. However, my throat wasn't bothering me whatsoever. So I was confused and I thought maybe I, strained it in some way. But I just kind of kept on going with life and going to concerts and going to karaoke bars and naturally singing very loudly in the car. And it just I couldn't clear my throat and it just really is bothering me. So I said, Peg, you got to go to the doctor. Go to the Charlotte ear, nose, and throat and just check it out because you just never know. I just would rather know, but I did wait 6 months to know. So I probably waited a little too long, but good news is it's only vocal nodules. Bad news is it's vocal nodules. So what that means is I'm supposed to rest my voice. So I thought, let's go do a podcast and just talk and let's keep doing workouts and just keep yelling and shouting. But I'm not doing that anymore because I need this to get better. I believe that in my, future life, I'll be a singer. So if I don't correct it now, how will the Sony contracts become available to me if I sound like this? I can't hit the notes that I once could, and I feel for those singers like Adele. I know she had them. She and I are very similar in that we have a hard time hitting certain notes. And she had to take some time off and rest her voice and literally just become quiet. And you don't realize how much you talk until you're supposed to not talk. And you know that in my workouts, if you're not doing BodyByTrainor, please head over to the BodyByTrainor on Instagram page and check out a workout. If you know that in my workouts, I'm very trying to be motivating. And similar to this podcast that Talks with Your Trainer, I am your number one hype girl. I want to pump you up. And it's really hard to be hype if you can't use your voice. I have been party pumping a lot. I think what I'm going to do is use like artificial intelligence and maybe somehow make some motivational quotes that I'll be able to push like F1 on my computer and it'll say like, drop it low, you got this, clam. See, I'm not supposed to be doing that, but here we are. Or F2 and it'll say, kickball change, it's time to go, send it, bring it, beast mode. And I'm thinking that might be the best way I do this because obviously I don't really know how to stop talking. But I'm going to work on it. And I know that we've just spent far too many minutes talking about my nodes, but I feel the need to share with you guys because it's something that's really going on and frustrating me. When I found out, when I went to the doctor, he asked me, so, like, do you talk a lot? And I said, what define a lot? And he said, well, what do you do for work? And I said, well, for La Colombe, I have conference calls and I work with clients in person and we have meetings and we talk. But I don't feel like that's out of the normal from a normal everyday job, I would say. And then I told him about BodyByTrainor and he was like, okay. And then I showed him a video I said, well, let me give you an example. And I pulled up a video on the Instagrams and he was like, oh, yep. Okay. All right. So you're just, friendly and it's your personality to be vocal. And I said, yeah, pretty much. And so he gave me this in my nose that scared the crap out of me because it's this big, like, wand looking thing. It looked a little sexual, but it went in my nose, so I wasn't worried about that. But it basically makes your whole nasal passageway numb, like lidocaine in like an air format. And I didn't really, get excited about that because I was curious why he would need to numb my nasal passageway. And then he came out with this long wand looking thing, which was basically a camera. And I knew he was going to do it because I did my research and looked up, like, when you're trying to figure out what's going on with your throat, what does an ENT doctor do? And it showed me this instrument and it really was concerning. But I said, let's go. So I sat up nice and tall, closed my eyes because on the end of this thing was, of course, a camera. And for some reason, the doctor feels the need to show you what it looks like. And I don't need to see what this looks like. I will tell you, I did look at it after. And that's very, the image, it is very sexual looking. I'll just put it that way. I wasn't sure what I was looking at, but it's just my throat. Anyway, don't think it needed to be looked at, but it was good to see. So he went down and don't be nasty, did the throat thing and came out and said, yeah, you've got nodes. And I said, okay. So made a plan and we're going to work through it. We're going to work through it. But I want to share with you guys because it was very depressing for me to hear that I essentially would have to change my personality, basically, in these workouts. And that was a lot to take on, but I'm going to find a way to make it work so that I can heal my throat, my voice, and be that hype person again that is truly who I am and what makes me so happy. So if you sign up for one of these workouts, I just want you to know that I'm normally way more hype and way more vocal to try to get you guys motivated because I know that that's kind of what makes the Body by Trainer workouts different than some of those that you might find on the YouTubes or the Instagrams because of how I present my motivation and inspiration to you is through my voice. So it's slightly depressing, but I'm going to work through it just like I do everything else. We work through it. We're not stopping, so we're just going to keep on going. Like Pitbull says, if you think I'm burning out, I never am. I'm on fire. And we are on fire and we're going to keep going. So really quickly, in thinking about what I wanted this podcast episode to be about, more than just my nodes, is why podcasts or how podcasts can be successful. And at EVRYBDY Studios, I've been talking with a few people about podcast episodes, and at EVRYBDY Studios, which is absolutely amazing, this whole concept, the whole production team, Liz behind the camera is just making it all happen. And I appreciate, all the people here, Robbie and Charlotte, who have made this possible for me. In talking with them about it, though, like what makes a podcast successful? Essentially, two things. Obviously, a lot of other things go into it, but two things. Number one, you can create a revenue through marketing or ads. If I had advertisers pay me to talk about their brand, I could make that a business because I'm generating revenue. I'm not that big, so I don't have that part. So the second way to make a podcast successful is through promoting your business to drive people to what your business is, to help them sign up or get involved in what you're trying to promote. And that is what I'm doing here. I love to talk to you guys, but ultimately I would love for you as a listener to head over to Body by Trainer and see what it's all about. And that is my way of maybe reaching a broader audience through the Talks with Your Trainer podcast. Now, I realize that I think 90% of the people who are listening are already a part of Body by Trainer, and that's how you found out about this. But maybe there's a 10%, maybe there's like 3 people out there that have no idea what Body by Trainer is, but somehow found Talks with Your Trainer and are listening to it. And now they're going to go check out the workouts. And maybe the workouts are what they need in their life to make them happier, to make them stronger, and to help them realize and recognize that working out isn't a punishment, but it is a gift that we give ourselves. And that's what I hope these workouts do for you. So I thought about it and I said, you know what? I'm going to share some of these amazing testimonials that I've received over the last 4 years since I've been doing BodyByTrainor. And it's not to toot my own horn, toot toot, but it's more to share with you as a listener that there are people out there that are going through difficult times and have gone through some shit. And these workouts, the time that we spend together, are therapy for them. And I think it's really amazing to hear some of these stories, and I'll share a couple with you today. And if you like this, maybe this will be a thing that we do once a month or however often we want it to be, just to share that you're not alone going through some of the stuff that you're going through. And when you feel like you're not going to be able to get through a trial or a tribulation or some really crappy stuff that you're working through, I want you to know that doing just a simple workout can be something in your day that shifts your energy, that changes your vibe, that reminds you that the things that you do have are a blessing and a gift, and you can get through hard times. So if it's okay with you, I'd like to read a couple of these testimonials, just a few, nothing, too crazy. I know you guys got things to do and places to be and happy hours to have. So just a few, because I want you to know that there are people that have gone through some tough times, just like you might be going through. So if you're watching this, I'm going to show you really quickly. This is my notes in my phone. And over the years, when I've received amazing messages from people that have touched my heart and have moved me and reminded me that every single day when I show up to do these workouts, it is potentially helping someone get through something really challenging. So the days I don't want to work out, I just think, Meghan, maybe today's the day that someone out there needs you and needs this motivation. So get up, press play, and do it. So anyway, here are just, if you're able to see this, Liz, I'm not even sure if you can, but basically these are just some of the messages. And again, not tooting my horn, but just to really remind you that movement and working out can be unbelievable therapy. And, I encourage you to go see like actual help, but here are just truly some of the things that people have shared with me. I'm still scrolling if you're listening to this. Obviously, I'm not going to read all of these. This would be a long episode. But truly just to remind you that you can use fitness and you can use movement to help you feel better every day. And just maybe it's a small way. You're only one workout away from being in a better mood, okay? So I have not chosen. You'd think I would look through these and say, oh, let's read these. But they're all so great. I'm going to keep them anonymous, don't worry. But they're all so inspiring and so moving that I'm just going to scroll and read one and see what happens, okay? So here's a shorter one. Hi, Meghan. Today I started back to work. I'm a New Jersey teacher, so I won't be able to do the live workouts anymore, but I'll be doing them when I get home. But I want to extend my sincere gratitude and thank you for all that you have done for me. I found you in late May, and your workouts became the highlight of my day. I was feeling lonely throughout much of this summer, but because of you and your workouts, I felt like I had a friend who was going through the same stuff that I was. Then today, when I got home from work late, I still pushed myself to do the workout. Your second floor series was so bananas that I could only think about the movement and my body, and not trying to figure out how I'm going to teach this crazy hybrid schedule and if I'm going to be enough for my students. So thank you for this 1 hour reprieve. You are so much fun, and I'm pumped for BBT. So yeah, you got stuff going on, and maybe in the moment of the 1 hour that we're together, you just ignore everything that you're going through and you're able to disconnect. I always say, stay present, stay focused. The things that you have to do after the workout will happen after the workout. So give yourself the honor and permission to be present during the hour or 40 minutes, whatever it is. You deserve that. You earn that. You need that. And so stay present on the mat. eliminate distractions. I know it's hard, especially if you're working out from home, but do your best to shut off the computer, put away the phone or whatever other device that might be able to distract you, and just log in and log off. So thank you to that person who sent that. Okay, here's another one. I am so inspired by you. Again, not tooting my horn, but you guys are so nice to me. Thank you for these nice words of affirmation. I love them. That's my love language, words of affirmation. So thank you for that. Thank you so much for showing up for all the clams. And by showing up, I mean bringing all of your positive energy and your realistic way of being. You are powerful, kind, uplifting, real, and full of sass. I used to run all the time and found weight training or intervals to be very boring. Ask anyone that knows me, they'd say I'm a runner. However, now I look forward to your workouts more than running. I can't believe I'm admitting that because running has been my go-to for 2 decades. I love that you talk about balance in your life and having love for oneself. This is not just about exercise. I think you inspire us clams in the way that we all need. Thank you for lifting me up and making so much sense out of it all. I now work out in front of a mirror in a sports bra. I never really appreciated my muscles and my abilities until now. Keep being you. What you do matters. I am out here on the coast of California, and you're making a difference in my life. Unbelievable. I've never met this woman, and I hope one day I get to meet you, and I hope that we get to have a hug someday. So really a reminder of toss the tank, toss the tank, appreciate the muscles that you have. Even though I know we all have insecurities, it's hard to ignore them. But if our positive voice can be louder than our negative voice, we're going to be able to diminish those insecurities one day at a time. Some days are going to suck, but other days, we might be able to make those insecurities less apparent. Here's another one for you. Speaking of that workout, you talked a lot about your why. And mine's changed actually over time. 6 months ago, my why with your program was just to get toned and cut. I've been so consistent, but honestly, my body makes it so hard to show muscle definition. I feel like I have those soft muscles that I have read about. Guess I can thank my genetics. I don't know. But anywho, now my why is totally mental. I feel so good. I crave those endorphins that your workouts produce. I feel so badass every single day knowing I completed each workout. Case in point, I have a negative history with the scale. It's always ruined me and I obsess over the number. Randomly the other day, I got on there and it was a number 7-ish pounds heavier than normal. Yet my clothes fit better. I know my waist is smaller, etc. Normally, I would flip out over the stupid number, but I know the gains are muscle gains, and I love that. Mental gains of confidence, and that is my new why. Oh boy, I'm sorry, but these just are so inspiring and motivating. So yeah, if you're the type of person who likes to weigh themselves, maybe you keep doing it, but maybe you look at the scale in a different way and say, muscle weighs more than fat, and it is so important to have the muscles because we need them, especially as we get older. So your muscle production is going to be more important than the number on that scale. And the way your pants feel on you and the way you feel showing up and walking to a room is far more important than what you look down and see on that scale. So I'm going to read a couple more. No, really, just a few more. Hi there. I just want to send you a big thank you. I'm sure you get this often. At least I hope you do because you so deserve this. Thank you. But I have been joining you for your workouts and did a challenge since this past June. Now, this message came in 2020, so this is an older one. I just recently hit 30 pounds down, and my thank you is not just for that, but for helping me love and look forward to working out again. Recently, though, I found myself unable to work out because we have just lost our 5.5-year-old puppy to cancer. He worked out with me every day since June and learned workout. He'd grab his ball and run to the basement and patiently wait for cardio blasts so that I could throw the ball with him. If you're an OG, you know cardio blasts. I couldn't bring myself to work out knowing his ball was still on the mat. Last week, I finally joined you, and in 2 minutes, you had me laughing, and for that, I thank you. I cried and laughed for 45 minutes with you, and I needed it. You are such a good human, and I appreciate you, even though we've never met. So we've gone through Maddie passing, and that was a big process for me as well. And going through the motions of doing a workout, even though I knew Maddie, over here to my left, wasn't actually there. I knew she was there emotionally with me. So when you have that like sadness about something, continue to do the routine. Even though, like I said, after Rusty passed, someone said to me, just keep doing the things that make you happy. It might not make you happy in that moment, but your heart will pick up on that and you will feel differently, even if it doesn't feel like it in that moment. So to this woman, I appreciate the fact that you just said, you know what, I'm going to do it. And you did it. Okay, let's go. Let's do 2 more. What time is it? Perfect. We'll do 2 more. Okay, let's see what this one is. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, this one's longer. Let's see. I don't know. Okay, let's do this one. We don't even have to edit that list. We'll just do this one. Here we go. You ready? Okay, I hope this doesn't come across in a cheesy way, but I need to get this off my chest. We are a military family here in Canada. My husband had to leave to go to Iraq with 36 hours notice in July, and we don't know when he's coming back. My son is also autistic, but with COVID, we are not allowed to receive respite care, and my older parents are not allowed to visit for obvious reasons. Again, this one was in heart of 2020. I fell into major depression. The mundane, boring, lonely routine of doing the same thing over and over was taking its toll on me. I was watching Heather McMahon's stories. Hey, Heather, how are you? Call me. I was watching Heather McMahon's stories, and you popped up. It piqued my interest. I tried a workout and couldn't walk right the next day, but I was hooked. I went from not being able to do one squat to knocking off with heavy weights. Girl, you literally saved my life. I'm going to say that again. You saved my life. I look forward to every workout. No matter how sore I am, I send these to my husband over in Iraq, and he lifts heavy, and he's astounded at them. We've made a pact to work out every day together. I'm out of my dark place, and I'm looking forward to his return, hopefully sooner than later. You are doing amazing work, my friend. I'm the strongest that I've ever been. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Oh, God, it's so great. Like, it's just amazing to know what movement can do. And the reason I started doing these workouts was obviously because of COVID, but COVID just gave me the reason to do it. I've always wanted to have an outlet to be able to inspire other people in a impactful, valuable way and in a big way. I was a former personal trainer, group fitness instructor, and I loved that because I got to help people feel better about themselves in that moment. But I was like told from God and just, like, I know that kind of sounds crazy, but I prayed about it. Like, God, please give me a way that I can help more people in a bigger, more powerful way. And I know that COVID was really tough for a lot of people, and it was for me as well, but it brought so many beautiful people into my life, like these women that I got to share this with. And I just prayed. I said, God, allow me to use this, gift that you've given me of being a hype motivator and help other people in their day-to-day life. And a pandemic helped me to be able to do it, but it also just allowed me to use this gift that I believe that I feel so grateful for, to have people out there want to work out with me. I could read these for hours, but I know that we have things to do. I just really wanted to share them with you to bring, if you're a Talks with Your Trainer listener, to bring you over to my workouts, because maybe they'll help you. Maybe they'll be the thing in your day that you look forward to, and the way that you connect with a loved one far away, because you don't get to see them as often, but you say, hey, I did the workout today. What'd you think? Megan's crazy. Yeah, she's nuts. And those burpees were psycho, but I loved it and I felt awesome. And I rolled my eyes at her and I curse word at her. We used our workout words and we did it though, that we did it. Encourage you the days that you don't want to work out, that those are the days that you should, because you're probably feeling some sort of way and your vibe is a little, and you should do it because within 5 minutes, like that one woman said, you start to feel inspired and motivated. So if you're listening to this, please head over to the Body by Trainer page because maybe it's a workout you need. And maybe you don't even do the workout, but you just tune in and you kind of feel the energy that I'm putting out, even though I can't really use my words as much as I want to. But maybe it just boosts your mood a little bit for that day. I did find a quote that I wanted to read to you guys that I think is really freaking cool. One of my friends posted it on his Instagram page, and I'm going to leave you with this because it really resonated with me, and it kind of goes with the vibe of these amazing testimonials that have touched my heart so deeply. Sad has 3 letters, but so does joy. Fall has 4 letters, but so does rise. Curse has 5 letters, but so does bless. Ignore has 6 letters, but so does listen. Enemies has 7 letters, but so does friends. Immature has 8 letters, but so does maturity. Ignorance has 9 letters, but so does knowledge. And finally, negativity has 10 letters, but so does positivity. If you have 2 realities to choose from, it's up to you to decide which one you want to live. What? Like, mic drop moment. Did you guys even know that? That's so cool. Like the fact that there are these same words that mean truly opposites have the same letters. I just thought that was really freaking cool. And just, it is the most powerful thing in life that we have the ability to choose. You have the ability to choose your attitude. And I know it's harder sometimes when you're going through some really difficult things, but for the majority of life, when you choose to have a positive mindset, I just personally believe that life is a lot better when you can make that decision to show up in a joyful, positive, super sassy way. Do you know what I mean? I always say at the end of the workouts, make today a great day on purpose because the alternative sucks. You know, I don't want to make today a bad day. Ew, that sounds like a waste of time. So thank you guys for listening. I hope some of these words helped you in a certain way. Thank you for allowing me to share some of those testimonials with you. I keep every single one that you send to me because it reminds me that even if it's just one person, if you've made an impact on one person for that day, it can drastically change your outlook in life. You've changed my outlook in life, and you've given me so much purpose. If you're a Talks with Your Trainer listener, you've changed my life as well by just tuning in and listening, so thanks. I don't know what we're going to talk about on the next one, but if you liked hearing some of these stories, I'd be more than happy to sit here and, just like Mr. Rogers, just share some stories with you in hopes that it changes your outlook on the day and it boosts your mood just a little bit. Work out, guys. Get movement, whether it's a walk, whether it's Body by Trainer. I want you guys to feel good about yourself, and I know that becoming breathless can do that. It brings life back into your heart and soul when you feel that heart rate going and you feel like you're out of breath. That is you creating life. So create life today and know that I'm here for you. I love you guys. Have a great day. Why? On purpose. Because the alternative is crappy. Thank you so much. Love you guys. EVRYBDY Studios. I love you. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.